Okay, just a minute, guys. Everyone's on here. Just give me just a second while I finish getting myself shared out. Hi, Stacy. Welcome, Trailside Designs. Are you new to my page, or am I just not recognizing your page name for some reason? Ow. Leave it in. Bang my hand on it. Just changing out my ink cartridges really quick. Okay. Okay, welcome, Sue. Cutest little thing, welcome. Mischief Managed Crafts, welcome. Daisy's Art, welcome to you as well. Looks like we have a few new people here. Oh, hi, Deb, welcome. Okay, I think I got everyone. Okay, I don't want to have to get back out again, so let me... My joints are really hurting bad tonight, so... I did that on rice paper. I just wasted a good piece of rice paper, you guys. I want to show you guys something. I just want to get the ink in here so it doesn't get all over everything. Okay. I couldn't print anything because I couldn't find my ink. Well, it was right in front of my face, basically. You know how we find things when we don't look for them anymore? Yeah, that's what I did. Hi, Ty. Hi, Lisa. And for those of you who don't know, this is Bindi. She's on almost every single one of my lives. It's a little Bindi butt. She literally will not let me come in the room without being able to come. Okay, so I found this at Hobby Lobby and I painted it. It came plain. I was almost thinking about if I could find the letters to spell out joy. I almost thought about putting like the J here, the O on this hand, and the Y on this hand, and have them like holding the letters. I kind of thought about that, but I'm not sure yet. But that's what I have so far in these. And then if you like your advent calendars, this one's not completely finished, but yeah, I said hi to Lisa. I'm not completely finished with this one, but this is an advent calendar. And I have like gumdrops that I'm going to cut in half and put here around the doorway. And then I have other candies, fake ones that I want to put on here. And basically, this gingerbread man moves around. There's no numbers on here yet. I have to put the numbers back on. But this gingerbread boy moves along the numbers to count down from how many days left or how many days are left for Christmas. So that's something that I've been working on as well. And then I have to cut a bunch of stuff with my Cricut. I've also been working on these little houses, or these little house shapes. I used, I had two different brands of stuff that's like Snowtex. One was Snowtex and one was something else. And let me flip the writing really quick. And so I went on here and I put the numbers on because these come out. And then you can switch them out. And then I need to put on here somewhere like countdown to Christmas or something like that. Days left until Christmas. And then I want to put some image up above here. Probably a gingerbread related one on this one. And then something else on this one. Maybe a Santa or Christmas tree or something. But I've been working on those. See, I've been sick with a sinus infection. I'm going on 2 weeks. Oh, no, actually, I'm going on 3 weeks now. So I've been crafting, just not live. Hi, Deb. I just haven't been crafting live, but I have been still crafting. I've been crafting in the living room. So we're going to do kind of a couple different things. I don't have like one great big craft I want to do tonight. I have two bazaars that I'm doing this weekend. One at an assistant living place. Oops. One's at an assistant living place, and the other's at a church. And so the one at the assistant living, they don't have a whole lot of room. So I wanted to do some more small crafts. And I know how well nativity scenes sell during this time of the year. So I wanted to do a nativity scene. Well, a couple nativity scenes. So we're going to kind of work on some of those tonight. And I kind of just jumped in. I didn't even say anything, but I'm Tonya with Tonya's Crafting Creations. Today we were doing an event, and I'm actually the host of the event. Hold on, I'm going to mute you guys for a second because I need to blow my nose. And I don't want you guys to hear it. Okay, there we go. So I may have to mute you guys again. I just don't want you guys to hear me coughing stuff up and stuff like that. But anyways, today was our Crafter's Choice event for my event group, which is Creative Kinship Event Group. If anyone wants to participate in events, feel free to send me a message. And I'd be happy to have you. Hi, Lisa. So I've also been working on these ornaments, just from those Hobby Lobby ornament things. So I've been working on these. I have a bunch of cardinal ones. Those were rub-on transfers. This one here was a printable. All the cardinals were rub-on transfers. I still need to go over them with a seal, but other than that, they're all finished. So I haven't been live, but I've been working on a bunch of stuff. Okay, hold on. You know, I haven't hardly been blowing my nose all day, and of course it starts when I'm live. But I promise I will mute you guys when I blow my nose. Okay, I might need that. Oh, I also did this one. That was a rub-on transfer, and these are just little words that I got from, it says Merry Christmas. I got it from, I think it was Temu. And then I also have another one with a little different poinsettia. And then I won't show you all of these, but I also did a bunch of these with cardinals on them and stuff. I have all these that I did with cardinals. So I've been working on a lot of stuff. And those square ones started out to be these leftover from Hobby Lobby after Valentine's Day. And I just painted over them and used them. I needed to get to my scissors. So I had them out. That's why one of the reasons why I was showing those to you guys. Okay, let me stick those away really quick. Okay, so I started a craft the other day. I just painted one of these from Dollar Tree, and I cut out a piece of cardstock from one of the Hobby Lobby papers that they still have at Hobby Lobby right now for Christmas. It's actually, let me show you the front of it really quick. It's this paper pack from Hobby Lobby. So normally $9.99. It's probably, if it's the same price, then it's probably $5 now. We'll need you. So anyways, my event group is Creative Kinship. Like I said, anyone who wants to, as long as you have a crafting page and you go live on your page, that's all I care about. And I do not allow drama in my event group either. I'll just throw that out there. So we are going to take some of these. If you don't have them, you can use tumbling tower blocks and just I want to make sure I didn't still have myself muted. You can take tumbling tower blocks and just put hay, straw. If you don't have any of that, just cut up raffia and put raffia on it. But just know, even if you can't get that stuff, you can always think about what else you have you might be able to use. So if you wanted larger hay bales, use the regular blocks. Yeah. That is true, Ty. I just wanted to get that. Okay. So I went ahead, already started painting this. Well, I might need to do a different one because that's broken. Yeah, let's do a different one, and I'll use this for something else. Because this did break here, and I don't know. Maybe I can just glue it. You're not my glue. You're my glue. Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take a thin paintbrush just because I want to get the extra glue out from here. Okay. And then I do need to paint. Put that lid back on. I was in the other room when I did these, and I don't like the pink that I used for the face. Okay, so we have that painted. I remembered to bring my water in here for my paintbrushes. Okay. Now we can do one of two things. We can either put that back there all the way against it, which would probably be the sturdiest way to do it. The other way to do it would be to place 3 hay bales back here and then put that here. But then you have to hope that when you store it, you don't push anything against this because that will break very easily. Oh, I need to paint the hands. So do you guys think the hay bale's in the front or in the back? Back. I know. Usually, like if I don't remember the water, then I usually end up wrapping it in a wipey with the best intention of taking it with me out of the room, and then I forget to take it with me, and then it ends up ruining the brush, or I have to spend hours trying to get the brush in good shape again. So we'll put it on the back. You know, if I would have went live, you guys, last Wednesday, you would not have hardly heard my voice. I could not hardly talk last week. Well, and I would be muting it every 2 seconds. I went and I got antibiotics. But you know my luck. I went to the doctor the day before, or not even 2 days before. I had, or maybe it was this day before. I had a appointment to check my blood pressure Monday of last week, and I went to go do that, and I was sick. I was, coughing stuff up and everything. So I went to go do that, and on my way there, I was driving my brother's car because his had more gas in it, and I didn't have time to stop. And so, which reminds me, I need to go get gas tomorrow because I have 2 bazaars this weekend, and I have to leave really early on Friday morning. I don't want to have to leave any earlier than I have to. But anyways, so on my way over, I wasn't even 10 minutes away from my house. And I was driving down the highway, and all of a sudden this bird came flying at the car window, the windshield, and it hit against the passenger side of the windshield. And all that was left, I just heard a thud, and then it fell so quickly off that I didn't even actually see it, other than the fact that there was a gray feather left behind. And it really cracked that windshield. So we're going to have to get that fixed now. But it's like, of course, that happened when I was feeling rotten on the way to a doctor's appointment. It was like, oh, for crying out loud. And in his car, at least if it was my car, it wouldn't have felt so bad. At least as bad as doing it in his car. But, yeah, it was bad luck. And then the next day they sent like an emergency note to the doctor who I was supposed to see, or that was in the like same day part, because my blood pressure was so high, and well, it was high because I was sick and I just hit a stinking bird that scared me half to death when it happened. So, there was a reason for my blood pressure to be that high. I think when they first checked, it was like 180 over 100 and something, and then the next time they checked it, it was 160 something. I was surprised she actually let me leave. But okay, I'm just spreading this around so I can make sure that I don't have a whole bunch like oozing out. I missed a little bit of some of you guys because I was doing some other things. I have, like I said, the 2 bazaars this week. And I'm trying to get ready for those. Hey, Lindsay. And then you'll have to go back and watch the beginning and see all the different things that I've made the last couple weeks when I haven't been live. But like I had what is that? So I had I was supposed to do a bazaar last week, but I don't know. Somehow it got rescheduled because somehow they accidentally scheduled hi Heather. They accidentally scheduled a funeral the same day as the bazaar. Not sure exactly how that happens, but it did. Okay, so we've got that in there. And so, anyways, I scheduled both the same day. So the bazaar got moved from last week to this week. So I'm trying to get little things prepared that, because it's in, well, that one's at a church, but the other one's in an assisted living place. And, you know, they don't have a whole lot of room there. So I'm trying to get stuff made up that's smaller so that they can have room to set it out and stuff. And my friend who's doing it with me, she said that when she did it last year, this bigger stuff didn't sell when, you know, the smaller stuff did. Okay, so we're going to put some hay bales in there. Well, we could do hay bales or we could do hay. What do you guys think? Hay bales or hay? Ben, you're pushing your mama out of the seat. I love you, but you're pushing me out of my chair. My little snoodle butt. Bales. We might do this one today. We may do this one next time, but I do have this one that I want to do at a bigger scale and do an ornament and put the nativity scene. Boy, I can't hold anything straight today. There we go. There. But I was kind of thinking about putting a nativity scene on one of these. I have a really, really, really pretty shimmery blue paint that I want to use on it. That would be great for a background. So anyways, I have my bazaar on Friday. So Friday morning we have an hour to set up. It's small stuff, so we're not going to bring as much. We're going to set aside stuff to bring in there. And then once we're finished with that one, then we have I think it's 2 hours. Then we go set up for the bazaar that's going to be on Saturday. We set that one up. And so I don't know, we'll probably go get something to eat somewhere and then go do that one. So we have that. Hold on, let me just turn this off. There. You can see it better with it off. So then we'll go do that. And it's that friend of mine, Jonna with Dandy Wishes. Hi, Cindy. So we have that. And then I was thinking about, I don't know, trying to decide what color to do the outer part. I did cashew on the inside, but I'm not sure what I want out here. I just kind of left it plain for the time being because I could, do it at any point. But really quick, with these, what I was thinking of doing is doing, J, an O, and a Y for joy, maybe. Or if I can think of 3 words and find signs that would fit on here good, like little signs to put and make it look like it's hanging from the gingerbread, then I could do, like, I think Ty said sugar and spice, or what was it? Something and spice. Was it sugar and spice? I think it's sugar and spice, isn't it? What, sugar and spice and everything nice? I don't know. It just seems like that goes together. I don't know if I can find. Yeah, sugar and spice. So, like, I could do sugar, and then this one could be holding one that says and this one could be holding one that says spice. If I can look through my stuff and find a sign that fits perfect on that, then I could do something like that on it. I just wanted to do something to make it kind of stand out. But yeah. Unless you get on our bad side, then we might not be so nice. Stay off our bad side and we're nice. Otherwise, no thank you. Well, I'm trying to close this here really quick. So yeah, I have to get ready for that, and then I had to finish I type up the songs for church every Sunday. So I was doing that too. And then on top of that, there was a lady whose mom passed away from our church, and she was 107. And they asked me to do like a little memorial video, and then on the PowerPoint, they wanted certain songs typed up that certain people are going to sing, and then some that they want, everyone to sing. And so I've been working on that too. On top of trying to get all this other stuff ready for Sunday. So it's just kind of been a little of everything. Bendy Marie, do not cry. No, you be a big girl. Be a big girl. You know how to be a big girl. Yeah, you do. Your mama's big girl. Maybe. Maybe she don't want to be a big girl. I don't like the crying. I really don't. I was looking for something really quick. Hold on. Shh. Where is it? Okay. But anyway, so I've been kind of doing a bunch of stuff. Trying to do a bunch of stuff all at once. Bendy Marie. No crying, pumpkin. I think she thinks my brother's cooking. He very well could be. Oh, it's on my, okay, never mind. It's on my flash drive. Yeah. 107. He's doing dishes, baby. He's not cooking, sweetie. He's doing dishes. Okay, so you can calm your little snoodle butt down. He's not eating without you. That's like her worst nightmare, that someone's going to eat food without her. So, should we put why can't they put things on straight? There we go. So we could put this one over the top. It does stand out a little more. Or we could put this one up here. Or leave nothing on the top. And we could just leave this one as is. But what do you think around the edge? Maybe... Shh, you're fine. Why don't we do brown? I don't know that I want to mess with wax. The star. Yeah, that one you can't see good. Okay, we'll put the star on, and then... Do you guys think brown? I mean, that could be like the inside part of the barn, and that's the, or whatever, and that's the, or stable, and that's the outside part. I have not used this in so long. Bindi Marie, no, don't say that. Do not say that, Bindi. Okay, no whining. Mama don't want to hear it. Okay, we'll do this. You know, I was hoping I didn't take that lid off before I shook that. Because I shook it over the top of all my other crafting supplies. Thought, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Don't let me do that. That's what would happen on a day that I'm not feeling 100%. If any day it would happen, it would be today. You know, always, worst case, if we don't like it, we can always paint something else over the top. Hey, behave. He's not cooking, sweetie. She's like, but Mama, he could be. No, I don't. I don't honestly think my hands could handle it. I would have to have one of those laser cutters. I would like to get one of those laser cutter things one of these days. Save a lot on wood. But I do buy sometimes wood kits from different places. Don't cry. Believe me, if I cut my own, I would be doing so many other crafts that I want to do, but don't want to buy some of the places that sell the kits. I don't want to pay the price for the kits, so I don't do them. But believe me, the second I can ever afford to get one, I will be getting it. And I will be doing them because I have seen so many patterns that I want to do, but some of the places are pretty reasonable, the people who do them, but some aren't. By the time we paint them and then try to sell them, it's some of them just, they're not really feasible to try and sell them and everything. I need a smaller brush. But there are a lot that, are a good deal. It's just finding them. Just some of the ones I really liked, they wanted like $20-some just for the craft. Not even, painted. And then by the time I put my time and energy in painting it and try to sell it, I'd have to sell it for like $40-50. And around here, no one's going to pay that price for a lot of crafts. Maybe in some of the areas where you guys live, they would, but not around here, unfortunately. Bin, behave. If I let her out, she would be crying to get in. As soon as she found out he didn't have food. All my little poodle thinks about is her tummy. So no, I'm not abusing her by making her sit there. Okay, so we're all done with that. When I find some kits that are, really reasonable, I think I'll start sharing them on my page just so that, I know a lot of people don't buy kits because they can't afford them. And so, if I can find them reasonable price, then at least I can share that information with you guys. Okay. Why There it is. I need my heat tool. I'm just trying to dry this so that because this is wax and things don't stick well to wax sometimes. Mostly if it's not completely dry. By the way, if you have like arthritis, buy the big bottle instead of these because these are hard to squeeze. These are easier to squeeze. They're still kind of hard to squeeze, but they're easier to squeeze than the others. Ben, don't do it. Okay. I can actually move the start up, but I think in the middle would make it more sturdy. Hey, stop it right now. Let me get rid of the extra glue back here. Okay. And then, let me see, I need to get something else really quick. Hey, you just hit me in the butt with your ears. Little Miss Ear Flopper. This is not for this. Just so you guys don't think I completely lost my mind. But yeah, so that's this craft. Those are almost completely set already. And we have this one. So as you see, this is one of those Dollar Tree tiles. Instead of using hot glue, I used the Type Bond. I just measured around the back and then cut it out and then glued it on. I did that yesterday and then I didn't get any further. So we're going to paint it red. Let's move you out of the way. Doesn't matter if I get up here because I'm going to cover that anyways. So if I get a little up there, not a big deal. So I'll post the link on my page, but if you want to be notified when I go live, I do have Telegram, but I don't really use Telegram all that much. And honestly, I kind of got tired of Telegram because I kept getting these random messages from people asking if I have time to talk. People who I have no clue who the heck they are. So I would prefer to not use Telegram. Mindy, quit crying, baby. So I created just like a group chat just for notifying you guys when I go live. So the link should take you to the correct one, but like there was a group. It's a community group. It's a community group chat. So there's technically 2 group chats within it, but just, I mean, you could join both, but the main one is going to be the one that says new or whatever. The other one says old. So whatever the first one says. But I'll post that to my page when I get done. But anyway, so I have those 2 bazaars this weekend, and then next week, or next weekend, I might as well say, I have a bazaar on Friday and Saturday, but it's a 2-day one at the same place. So I just set up on Thursday. And then that's it. Set up on Thursday, and we don't have to take anything down until Saturday. And then the last one for the year will be on December the 6th. And then after that, I'll be able to start hosting Saturday events again. I won't have any bazaars again until like March or February, or March or April. So there'll be a break from bazaars, so I'll be able to do more weekend events. Ben, if you want to add texture to any kind of craft like this, these Dollar Tree tiles work great. So are you guys doing anything fun this weekend? Okay. How old is she? Can't remember how long ago it was they changed her diapers. Oh my goodness. Time goes by fast. Just making sure I didn't miss any spots. Yeah, that tracks, because I was around probably 9 or 10 when I was changing her diapers. So, if any of you are not doing anything on Christmas Eve, the day before Thanksgiving, New Year's Eve, as long as there's enough people, I am doing an event all of those days. I know there's some people who either don't live close to their family or don't do stuff with their family, so I figured, might as well go ahead with. Okay, I lied. He is cooking. Sorry, Minty. But I'm pretty sure he's going to bring it in here. Anyways, there's people who don't have family to spend the time with, so at least at least they have the day before that they can have an event to watch. Or like if they don't do anything New Year's, then at least they have something New Year's Eve that they can watch. Christmas Eve. So far, I think we have enough to do all of those days. They won't be long events. It'd be like maybe 4 hours, I think, on most of the days. Most of those dates that I said, I think we have enough for at least 4 hours. Some maybe a little longer, but I used to do more on those dates, but after my mom passed away, I didn't do that stuff as much anymore, so. We used to go to our friend's house and barbecue like New Year's Eve, or we'd, go out with them somewhere, and the friend passed away that we did that with, so can't do that anymore. And, my mom passed away, so. I know how rough those first few years were. Even now, sometimes still. Okay. I'll paint the back, but not now. It's been a while. She passed away back in 2016, but it's hard to imagine it's been that long. And then our friend passed away a couple years later, so. Yeah, for the actual holidays, yes. At first, for the first couple of years, I was working. I was working the holidays, so I didn't really get the time off. I worked for a call center. You only get the time off if they want you to have the time off. If they don't want to pay you overtime. If they don't want to pay you overtime, then yeah. They won't have you work, but I was like one of the newer ones there, so I seem to get stuck with the holidays. Which, when you work for a credit card company, that sucked because you can't do anything. People have fraud on the account, mostly if it's on a checking account. We just have to tell them, well, we can put a hold on your card, but if the transactions aren't related to the card, then it's like we're out of luck. Because I couldn't do anything. I could do more if it was credit card related, but nothing hardly if it was bank card related. Let me get into the corners here a little. So this is Waverly chalk paint, and the color is crimson. I didn't mind it as much after I started working from home, but okay, so you're sitting at home waiting for a call to come in. And it's not like we didn't answer it, it just automatically answered. Okay, well, I'm sitting there one day. My brother was at work. So I'm sitting there in a dead quiet house. There was no beep in my ear saying I had a phone call, and all of a sudden I heard this lady talking. If that wasn't the creepiest thing in the world. But I only heard her side of the conversation. But from what I gathered, because it kept happening, from what I gathered, she was talking to her mother-in-law. And apparently her mother-in-law must have lived here in town. Because the phone company said it sounded like the lines were bleeding into each other. And so they said, if you can tell enough details to where you can find out a name, then we can at least contact them and fix their phone line. And I'm like, and I'm supposed to do your job? It's like, I couldn't catch enough details to get a name. They never said a name. They darn well never said a first name. But that was literally the creepiest thing, one of the creepiest things I had that happened when I was working at the call center. Oh, Bindi knew they were coming. She heard it. He brought me food. My brother brought me food. I do have a nice brother. He brought me some cheese sticks and Bindi. Okay. Here. Wait, no, that's too hot. Hi, Raven. Bindi thinks anytime I get a bite, she should get a bite. Yeah, I showed a bunch of different things that I've been making when I have been sick. When you dry this, be very careful when you're using these tiles. They will melt. If you can use any glue but hot glue, you're better off. Because with hot glue, it's really going to melt it. Okay, let me see if your piece is cool. It is. Cool enough for you anyways. There you go, sweetie pie. Yeah, we have an air fryer, and so he made it in the air fryer. Okay, so I don't know where these came from. I think Hobby Lobby. Oh, if you guys have a Costco in your area, Bendy Marie, do not do that. You really should try their breakfast sandwiches. That's like a croissant type thing. Bendy, no. Like a croissant type thing. And hold on. Bendy, you're going to be more trouble than you're worth. Okay, eat it. Okay. Anyways, they have this breakfast sandwich that has bacon, egg, and cheese, and it's better than any frozen one I've ever had before. It's like that thick, and it's probably about, what is that? It's probably about 3 inches thick and about 5 inches wide. If you ever had any of the frozen ones, like from Walmart or Safeways or any other grocery store, they're usually puny. So anyways, this came from Hobby Lobby. The fur is flying everywhere. Yeah, Hobby Lobby is where you get a roll of this only during Christmas. Seems like I saw it somewhere else too. I'm drawing a blank where. But it seems like I found some somewhere else. I'm going to paint the back really quick. I changed my mind. This won't take long, though. I don't want to get the fur on and then end up painting the fur red. But Bindi, hold on. Entitled Little Brat. If you look on, where is it? Oh my goodness, I'm trying to blink at the name now. It's not Craft Warehouse. It's a store in my area. Well, an hour and a half away from my area. If you consider that in my area. I can let you know in just a minute. I can look on my computer. I have it saved. It is where did my folder go? Did I accidentally delete it? Okay, hold on. Craft Outlet is one of them, I think. Yeah, Craft Outlet's one of them. Yeah, I'm hitting my thing. Kind of sounds like it's trying to die. And I can't remember the other one, but Craft Outlet is one that you can order online, and you can get big rolls of ribbon and stuff for pretty inexpensive. Okay, so don't you growl at me or you won't get another bite. That's for growling at me. I'll post the link to the other one on my page once I find it. I'll just post both at once. I'm busy. You little fart. I don't want to use hot glue if I don't have to. Hot glue is not good in different temperatures. Like when the temperatures change, you'll find that it will start to not stick anymore. So I try to use as little hot glue as I have to. Now I think I have too much glue. Ben, be a good girl. She's like, how are you crafting and not eating? She thinks I have my priorities wrong. I know. Okay. Oh, shoot. Mindy, hold on. Sharp pain. Hold on. Oh. Let's move this down. Okay. You have a good night, Stacey. Okay, then we're just going to cut this. Maybe if I have time tomorrow, I'll try to come on tomorrow night. Not late, because I have to be up early the next day. Well, not late on my time. But I'll come on and do that big ornament with the nativity scene on it. Okay. I left a little gap at the top so I could run some glue across it. And I left it up enough so that I left it up enough so it wasn't like directly against the wood, so I could close this up at the top. Oh my goodness, Ty. I don't even remember how long ago I gave that to you. So I'm just holding this top part together while it's drying. And then let's close this lid and let's wipe this off really quick. And this will be the last one that we do tonight. I can still feel where the hole is, so I can poke a hole in that. Okay, you have a good night. You could use a needle and thread and use like a thick needle, or if you don't have one, use your weeding tool. Poke your hole all the way through. If you need to. Let me see, what do we want to use for the... We have this gold, my gosh, we have this silver, I do know my colors. We have this red, or we have this red. Or we could do a gold. We are going to put well, I guess, well, yeah, maybe. I think we will put some trim around the edge. So we can either put this red around the edge like that, or we could put a gold around the edge. So we could do gold around it, or we could do red. So those are our options. Hold on. Oh my goodness, I'm tangling myself. Yeah, it will. Here. And then what we'll also do is use a gold for the hanger. And all I have to do for that. Hey, Kelly. Found the one hole. Why are you fighting with me? Not quite getting it in the right hole, so let's just... I double layered it in the back, so I was trying to poke it through both. Okay, so let's keep that closed. And then we're going to take this and hope our hole is big enough. And it is. There we go. And then you get a little bit of a tassel too. So we've got our hanger there. Okay, you're shoving me out of the chair, baby butt. Okay, let's get rid of this. Can't forget to give Bindi a bite first, or she will not let me forget. Okay, so I am just putting a little glue in there. And twisting it to try and glue it shut so it's not fighting with me. Maybe. Hot glue would have worked better, but for that part, but mine isn't turned on right now. Okay, I'm going to hold this for a second. so it dries. Actually, if you want help with getting it to dry, just use your heat tool. I took my bite first, but I wasn't eating without you. You got a piece. I can tell you what, Bindy's not going to let anyone cheat her out of a piece of food. Now, if you want wood cutouts in different shapes and stuff that are pretty reasonable, there's a place called 24 Hour Crafts that does really good with them. There's also it's like Woodpecker's Crafts or something like that, but I'd have to look up the exact name. Because there's one similar that's absolutely not it. Okay. Let me cut this piece at the end. Darn it. The more you buy at Woodpeckers, the less you pay. Like, the price of your item that you're wanting to buy, your wood piece, goes down with the more you buy from them. So, like, if you can afford to buy all of your stuff at once, then you can potentially get a really good deal. Mostly if it's all with the same kind of surface. Like, if you're buying all the same thing, is when you're going to get like the best discount of them. Okay, I need to get that glue off my hands. Get it. She's causing me to get pushed way back. Okay. So we have that so far. Can you get that, sweetie? Okay, what was I looking for? So I do have these wooden letters. Or words, I mean. So we have, that one's too big. We have Mary in gold, but this Mary is like, it is pretty big, but it would fit down here if we wanted it down here. Or we could put it up here. We also have Joy, which would fit either place. But this would fit probably here better than the other. And we could paint that. We could paint that a gold to stand out on the red. And then I was thinking about putting some pine cones up at the top. Last bite, Ben. You didn't even eat that one. Okay. You're done for now. Okay. Let me close this really quick. Oh, I also have this football fabric that I want to make a craft kind of similar to that. Wait, did I call that football? Ty, did I say football? Or did I say baseball? Did I say this was football or baseball? This is baseball, but for some reason I thought I said football. I don't know. Anyways, I meant football, or I meant baseball. I can't think today, guys. I want to make a baseball one like my football one. I'm trying to make more crafts that guys would like or boys would like. And so I'm wanting to, well, and a lot of women like it too. I mean, I'm not a sports person, but there are a lot of women who like sports. Just not me. Okay, let me look at this really quick. This Mary wouldn't be too bad across it because it's metal. This one, my worry is that it would break. That it would break off the ends. So we could do this Mary, and we could do it here. Or it would even fit down here. Because the thing is going to hang like this. So putting it like this would actually make it straight. So we could put Mary on it. Or we could just put Mary on it up here. Since it is metal, it wouldn't matter where it was. I think that would fit more than Joy. Yeah, I had the wrong craft in mind. Because I did say, or had the football one in mind. So, my brain's gone, guys. But anyways, yeah. Well, my idea of huge was this one. It had, hold on. But it has these corner pieces that aren't the sturdiest. And I was afraid it would break off. So I guess it doesn't hang off that bad. And it would fit down here even better. Because it's going to hang like this. So we could do it even slanted like that. Hold on. Okay, be hanging like this. So it could hang down there. And we could paint it gold. Might have to use a different gold than what I wanted. Okay, if it's not there, it will be over here. I'm also in the process of doing like football, basketballs on these. So I have like this baseball one, this basketball, and I do have a football or a baseball or a soccer ball one that I've already put on. It is possible that I could have left that one at my friend's house. No, I made these before I saw her. Or after I saw her. You know how things are always the last place you look? Yeah, and it's not in here either. So, I don't know. I must have... There's like another bag in the living room. So it's either there or I left it somewhere at her house. But that's okay. If I do find it, I can just go over it with this gold. Or with that gold. These just aren't my preferred golds. Oh wait, I wasn't even looking at your message. What? Oh, we could try white. Ooh, those would be pretty on there too. Okay. I'm tired. I can't think today. I need this white anyways if I do decide to do it gold, so we'll try it white, see if we like it. If not, we'll go over it with gold. That works. For some reason, the allergy pill I've been taking for months, years now, I don't know if they changed it to where now it can make you drowsy. I don't know. I've had that same bottle for a while. But it does say on the bottle that it can make you drowsy when I went to go buy a new bottle of it. And so, it was the one with the green, the one with the green lid from Costco. And I found one there that had a blue lid that said non-drowsy, so I grabbed that one. And I need to set up my pill cases tonight, so I'll make sure I put the correct one in. I had already had them set up, so I didn't get the new one put in yet. I just was trying to remember to do it every day. But it started making me sleepy for some reason. And so I've been extra tired. Plus, I didn't sleep well from dealing with this stupid sinus infection. And so I hadn't been getting much sleep. Like literally I would lay down and I would start coughing stuff up and everything. And so it was miserable. And I'm glad I went in and got antibiotics. Otherwise, I would not be live tonight. Because that was going on. This makes the 3rd week for that sinus infection. Two weeks without antibiotics, and this will make a week with antibiotics. But for whatever reason, the new bottle says it can make you drowsy. And so I bought the other off-brand from Costco that's like Claritin generic that said it doesn't cause drowsiness. See, during the last bazaar that I did, it was pouring down rain that day. And my aunt did stop by to help pick up stuff and take it out to the car and everything. And she actually did. She went and got my car for me, and because it was a ways away. So she went and got my car and everything for me. But when we were putting stuff in the car, it was just pouring down rain. I know Claritin never really worked for me either. So we will see how well this one works. And so anyways, by the time we were both done, like our hair was just saturated. It was raining that bad, and we were bringing stuff in and out and everything. And so I ended up getting a cold, and then the cold turned into a sinus infection. Because that's what they tend to do for me. So I'm just glad I'm at the end of this. So I don't have to deal with it much longer, hopefully. But I did skip I'm kind of getting like allergy issues at the moment. I did skip the other one because I didn't have the Claritin one handy, so I just didn't take the other one. And I'm not sleepy today for the first time in a while. So I don't know. When I go to sit down to do my pill cases, I'll have to look and see if the bottle that I have says that it can make you drowsy. Because now I'm curious. Like, did they change something, or did I just start having issues with it? But anyone who knows any crafters who might be interested in Bindi Marie Stop and participating in events, have them reach out to me, and always looking for more people. Okay, I need to dry this other side before I can move on to this side. Then yeah, I've been trying to do as many bazaars as I can to try and get rid of stuff. But also to see which ones work or which ones I do the best at, so I know which ones to try to get signed up for first, because there are so many that are on, the exact same day. And so I'm trying to find the ones that do the best at. Okay. You don't have to cry, Ben. I mean, really. It's not necessary, stinker butt. So I just used Apple Barrel white paint. Earlier I had the red on my hand and I thought, oh no, what did I do? Cut myself. Because I can do that easily. I can injure myself very easily. Okay. Oops, I see a part that's too thick. Okay. I don't know what that was, but I did not like the sound of it. It sounded like some dog got hurt. Sounded like a big dog, too. So for a big dog to squeal as loud as that dog just squealed, wherever it was, not a good thing. Oh yeah, that does stand out more. So we could do yeah. I'm going to use a little gold to bring out the design. Yeah, that's less messy than my finger. So let me wipe my finger off really quick. So yeah, this is a blending brush. I think it's the kind that you actually use for crafting. It's got a sponge on it. It will save keeping your fingers clean. Let's see, it brings out the details in these tiles. So yeah, that brought out that gold really good. But yeah, you can use it for distressing, for anything. I usually try to just, because I reuse it for the same thing, and this isn't going to like dry or anything. So I mean, it's not going to like ruin the brush or anything. So if I don't feel like washing it every time, I just wait and just use the same brush for the same thing a few times. But just take some Dawn dish soap and it will come out good. Okay, so now we have that. And if we wanted to, I'm not distressing it completely, just getting it a tad here and there. You aren't even going to be able to see it on camera. Don't think. You might see a little of the shimmer. It's just to kind of make it kind of blend in with the other. So then we'll put it down here. Now we could put it all the way down here because it's going to hang like this. So we could put it all the way down here. We could put it slanted like that. You think slanted or straight? So straight like that or slanted like that? I'm assuming slanted. Or you could do it somewhat straightish. Like that. About like that. Okay, for this, I'm not using Titebond. I'm going to use Beacon 3-in-1. Just because it does have a quicker hold. This can sometimes kind of create like cobweb looking things from the glue. But unlike hot glue, it doesn't like go away with using your heat tool. So I usually like to get them out under control before I get it glued on. Oh, poop. Sometimes you'll get bottles that will kind of leak like that. You just want to make sure that you get your lid put on right away. But it is a really good glue. Okay, and then we're going to take these. No, I'm not cutting this with my scissors. This is actually, if anyone wants the link for these scissors, let me know. They have a little groove right here to cut wire. So you see that little groove there? That's to cut wire. Then that way you don't have to look for another pair of scissors or your clippers. You can just use just this and not have to look for something else. Okay. Now, if you need to get really close down, this one won't work that great. But like with that, I was able to cut the green part and then just pull the wire out. And that one, the whole thing just came out. Okay. Don't know that we'll use all of those. You might just do something along the lines of that. And actually, we could, if we wanted to, we could put that one there. Like that. But we don't need to put all of them on there. Unless we want to. So first thing we're going to do is glue this down. This one here is similar, but it's Fabric Tech. And also, too, this one used to seep out a lot, but I did cut the tip off to make it a bigger tip. And ever since I did that, it hasn't seeped out like that. It must have something to do with the air in it, trapped in it or something that causes that or something along those lines. So I'm just laying this along the back, or putting this along the back. So that it lays down flat. And this one here is Beacon, but it's fabric fix. It does work on fabric, lace, leather, trims, and more. And I honestly have used it for other things besides, fabric related. But since this was touching the fabric, or I guess you would call that fabric. Since it's touching that, I wanted to at least use that on that part. And then we'll use this on the rest. So let me set these on here again, just so I can get an idea. Yeah, I think that would be good. Okay, those will go on last. Now, another thing you could do, and I may still do it, I won't make you guys stay on to watch that, or maybe I'll wait to do it until the next time I go live. You could add a little pocket here in the front that's big enough to put like a gift card. Like for someone for Christmas. So you could do something like that too, to kind of make it something that has another purpose. And honestly, on this, you could technically use hot glue. I just didn't turn my glue gun on. If it heats up fast enough before I finish, I'll add a little to this. If it's not sturdy enough. I was trying to think of a way to describe what I was thinking. You could make it with popsicle sticks if you wanted to. Um, but you could also even glue a clothespin on it, like one of the smaller clothespins, um, and just decorate the clothespin, and then they could just clip the gift card under it. Or if it's a envelope with money or anything like that, they could just clip it on. Use the other one. Okay. And if you wanted to, you could sew the top part closed. I just liked that straight edge that had, that finished edge that the top has. That's why I did it the way I did it. Trying to find the button for my light here. How long have I even been on here? Oh, there's the countdown. Jeez. I've been on here longer than I thought. But yeah, like I said, you could make a pocket and put a pocket here, or a clothespin or anything like that, so that you can pin a gift card to it or envelope with money. If you wanted to give someone this as a gift, or for like something to use every year, like if they're an adult and they're over the kids' Christmas stocking, this would be a good adult version. If you just give gift cards and stuff, that you could just clamp a gift card to that, or like I said, do a pocket and make it to where they could put it in it, just not too deep so that it's hard to get to it. But a clothespin might be the best thing. You could put snowflakes, yeah. But yeah, that is something you could do if you wanted to make it something that someone could actually hang above their fireplace or on their wall and use for that. Because instead of all this much, you could put, instead of Mary, if you were customizing one of these for someone, you could put their name there instead. In wood letters. Hold on. Did I put them in the other room? I had 2 boxes of snowflakes. I don't know what I did with it. I haven't been in here in like 2 weeks. I think it is. I think it's been 2 weeks since I crafted in here last, so I don't really know where anything is at the moment. Anyways. I could have put it in one of the other bags to use in the living room. But anyways, so yeah, you could put snowflakes on it or anything like that, but that's what I have for this one. I'll post the picture of it on my page, and then I'll post the links that I was talking about on my page as well. Yeah, that's glued on there good. So I don't know if you can even see. No, I don't. You can't. Off camera, the gold, you can see it off camera a little bit, but not on camera. But anyway, so that's all we have for today. So I will try to hop on tomorrow. If not, it won't be until Sunday or Monday. Sometime after that, I might need a day or two to recover. But thank you for joining me, and you guys all have a good rest of your evening. Like I said before, or early morning, whatever it may be. If you want to be in any events, just feel free to message me. And you guys have a good rest of your evening. Good night. Oh, I forgot. Bindi says good night. Bindi says good night, huh, Ben? Come on. There we go.